Warning. This podcast contains strong language, sexual themes, and content that can be considered offensive. Listener discretion is advised.
I'm inclined to just say this is fucking boring.
Well,
do you know what would have made this cool? If she'd actually been on an aeroplane flying from like China or BC to LA, like fallen through the toilet or something, frozen on the way down, and then fallen into the tank, and then rotted, and people are like, this tastes like frozen poo water.
Right, what do you want our next episode to be about then?
That. She did that thing in that movie with Kate Winslet and the hot brother. What are those two hot Australian brothers?
The Hemsworth boys?
Yeah, the Hemsworth, the younger one, not the famous one.
Liam?
Yeah, in the end, he jumps in a silo which has been filled with grain for the whole movie, and at the end he jumps in the silo thinking he's going to land on grain, and he doesn't, and he dies.
Fucking hell, really?
So good luck when you watch that movie, because now you know the ending. But yeah, it's not like holy fuck, it's just, oh, he died.
Do you want, like, code names?
I don't want to be Shithawk.
Well, no, I was thinking I should be Shithawk and you can be, like, Dragonclaw.
Oh, you're definitely Shithawk.
Thanks for tuning in to our podcast. This podcast is called Pretty Much Anything because we're basically going to be... It's not a dumb name, it's a good name. Shut up. Because each episode we're going to do basically whatever we feel like. So today it's going to be a case about Elisa Lam, which I'm sure some people know who she is. My name's Kayla, and this is my sister Nadine. Say hello.
Hello.
So Nadine doesn't know anything about this podcast. About this murder case
Just
or
about
anything.
Anything in general, really.
So I'm basically just gonna tell her what's happened. I've got a bunch of shit printed out for her to read. I've got autopsy reports, toxicology reports. I've got some background information about this person and whatnot. So basically, back in 2013, 4 years ago, this woman called Elisa Lam, or Elisa Lam, I'm not actually sure how to pronounce it. I'd say Eliza.
Yeah.
She was a 21-year-old. She was, her parents were from Hong Kong, and they emigrated, whatever it is, to Vancouver. They had their own, like, restaurant and shit. And she went to the UBC, which is University of BC, British Columbia.
Inventive name.
I know. Pretty much what happened is, so February 19th, they found a young Asian female in the bottom of a cistine water tank, like a water tank of a hotel. And she had been in there for 18 days. They hadn't found her. She was supposed to check out at the Cecil Hotel, or Cecil, however the fuck you want to say it, on February 1st, but she didn't, and her parents filed a missing persons report because she was pretty much calling them every single day, but for like the past few weeks she hadn't been. And some other guests in the hotel complained that the water pressure was really, really low, and other people complained of, like, the water tasting funny and the water was weird colours and stuff. But bear in mind, this hotel looks like a complete fucking shit tip, like.
So did her parents see where she was staying?
I have no idea. I didn't look into that.
Okay.
It's just they filed a missing persons report and stuff. I mean, she was a student, so she's not going to have a lot of money. And the only reason she was even on this trip, it was like a West Coast trip or something like that. I can't remember what she called it, but she was going to go to like San Diego and LA and California and stuff, and all
the shit towns.
She just arrived in LA, but she was like struggling in school. She dropped out a lot. She became very, very stressed and stuff because she actually had, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, but it could have been anything. But yeah, anyway, guests were complaining of the smell and low water pressure and all this stuff. So this maintenance guy walks up to the top of the fucking building. It's got 15 floors on it, and there's 4 water tanks, and they're all like right next to each other. There's probably only like maybe a foot space in between each of them. They're all connected, and in the one on the very like end, kind of towards the building, you know, the hatch was already open. Supposedly the hatches never get closed, which is stupid because they should be closed.
You actually get dead shit in it, like dead
and dead people. So, so yeah, she was in there. So she had been in there for like 18 days and nobody knew. So people had been bathing in that water and drinking that water. People said that it tasted sweet and it was really weird and stuff.
Why would you keep drinking it, keep bathing in it?
Well, if you're staying there, first of all, you like have hardly any money as it is.
Yeah, I suppose. And it was a hotel. It was okay.
But it's supposed
Who drinks hotel water? Am I being like a snob or?
No, I wouldn't fucking drink hotel water. But I mean, if that's what you got, right? Because it's like not a very nice hotel, really. But that same hotel
that gives more cause. If you're staying in a shitty hotel that's like falling apart, you're sharing with rats. I'd rather drink rat blood than fucking shitty water from like a cesspool.
Yeah, but they didn't fucking know that she was in there.
They knew that it was a shithole, and they know that it's tanked water. It's not like there's a free running stream.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a shithole. I'd just say it isn't. It's kind of like cheap. It's like cheap to stay there. You don't pay much.
Like a Motel 6. So
Sure.
I wouldn't drink Motel 6 water either.
I don't drink tap water.
I wouldn't drink a Super 8 water.
So,
did they search every tank, or did they just look on a map and were like,
I think
these
they
12 rooms that are drinking...
I didn't check that, but...
Putrefaction?
Putrefied? Oh, fucking no. Dirty fucking
purge water. Dirty purge water.
When she was in the tank, they found her face up, which I thought was... Like, I'm sure it's probably okay, but generally when people drown, when there's air in your lungs, your head's above the water, then there's less, so your head goes down, like, so you're actually under the water, and then when all the air is completely out of your lungs, you go straight face down. But she was face up, so I don't know if that changed, like, it's not like an actual set rule for drowning and shit, or if it, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, because women are top heavy as well, right? So the
but she was
to the bottom.
She was very tiny. She was only 121 pounds, and she was like 66 inches, which
maybe all these dirty ass people draining the tank caused movement.
Yeah, that could be true because the tank was like half full, like 2/3 full, some shit like that. Yeah, I know.
Did they get sick? Because you're drinking like
I don't know, but people people sued them. I don't know if they won or not, but
fucking sure,
I know it's fucking rank. 18 days in there, like she had skin slippage because it was fucking, and she had a prolapse as well, like an anal prolapse due to blood pooling, like because of how she was, and you know how your blood settles to the bottom of you. Well, because of her position. Her butt was like the lowest thing, I guess, and all the gases and stuff needed to get out, so it caused like a thing.
Soggy sock puppet.
Because did you know that the rectum is actually attached to like a ligament that's at the base of your spine, so it's really easy to break and stuff. So like,
I think I could have gone my whole life.
I know. I just randomly saw it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I saw it when I was trying to find pictures because I know it's kind of fucked up, but I wanted to see like if there were any kind of autopsy pictures. But I actually just came across a bunch of bloated guys and stuff. So
tasty.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was kind of interesting to see. That stuff doesn't bother me. It interests me, not in like a sick way. It's just interesting to know what kind of state somebody is in during decomposition. Like during decomposition, especially in water.
Yeah. Because
even if you're alive, you can only go like, it's less than 24 hours before your skin starts like coming off of you because...
Well, it depends.
Well, that's salt water as well.
Yeah.
But...
Oh, you're talking about in water?
Yeah.
This is why I want to go to a body farm. Like, maybe not visit it, but when I'm dead, I want to go to a body farm.
Could even work in one if you really
I don't
wanted
want to
to.
fucking work in a body farm. You couldn't just volunteer either. It's
No,
not
you'd
like
have to be like a
I
micro,
want to work with some dead
a
bodies.
microbiologist or something.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you'd have to actually have a degree.
Okay, so she checked into the hotel in downtown LA on the 28th of January. When she got to the hotel, she was staying on like the 5th floor, I'm pretty sure it was, and it was a shared room, which literally just means that she was sharing with other random people, and that's because it was cheaper. I know it's fucking weird, but she did, and then they started complaining that she was acting weird. Now, I don't know if that's true, or if it's just because they didn't want her in the room, or whatever the fuck it was, but they moved her down to like the next floor. And then
Maybe she just did it on purpose. I wouldn't want to fucking share with people.
well, no, there's a video of her, and I wanted to show you this. This is why I tried getting you to do it on your laptop. I'll just show you on my phone, but there's a video of her in the elevator, and that's the only footage they have of her, which is really fucking stupid because there were cameras all throughout the hotel. But considering that the hotel's kind of cheapy, most of the cameras probably weren't working or plugged in or anything, so it's a really grainy, shitty image. You can't see the timestamp, but you can see her clearly. You know it's her. And
was this while she was? This was while she was in uni, right?
She got out of uni. Yeah, she dropped because she couldn't handle the pressure she was getting, like depressed and shit like that.
What was she studying? Do you know?
I have no idea. It didn't say. But I have a little excerpt thingy here from her Tumblr blog, and it just says, that's not it. It just says...
It's really... It's like a lame... Actually, I shouldn't say lame
You shouldn't say that, that's
say
me.
that it's you. I thought this was something you had written.
No.
It says...
we're the same age, though.
Yeah.
So...
Well, it's just, like, not completely emo, but it's a bit, like...
Yeah, but the thing is, though, she's got bipolar depressive, so she's a major depressive.
Yeah.
But here is what her little thing says. It says, "Do not speak unless it proves silence. I don't know how to explain myself, and I have a feeling that I never will know who I am, so instead of an abstract and useless description, I will assure you that I am not a nut job that hunts for the next victim on the internet. I, however, will think everyone else is a paedophile thanks to Catch a Predator. I'm logical like that. Here are some bullet points. I'm a 20-something student in Canada. I have no idea, have some idea what I'm studying.
Why would you need to tell people that you're not a nut job that hunts for their next victim?
She's trying to be funny. I have typical 20-something issues, specifically bipolar depression, and every now and then I'll talk about it sarcastically. Despite saying I hate people a lot, I actually enjoy and require human interaction, but my inability to go outside means I'll only contact the outside world anonymously and over the internet. Feel free to ask silly questions. It could be an awkward magical adventure for both of us. So that's from her Tumblr blog, and people were saying like they were really freaked out because her Tumblr was still fucking posting shit 6 months after her death. The thing is, you have a queue feature on Tumblr, which just means any post you like, you can like save it as like a queue thing, and you can set a time and a date when you want to, and a lot of bloggers do this, so their followers aren't like, why aren't you active, like I want to see new content and shit. It's just like so like every few days or whatever.
When she was like in a good mood, she could record as much as she wanted.
You don't record it, you just reblog shit and post shit. It's
like Twitter. I thought it was pictures.
It's pictures and context and anything. It's not like YouTube or anything like that. It's kind of like Facebook and Twitter had a baby. And it's like MySpace, like that, like upgraded to MySpace, or like better than, or like a really good Bebo, like way better than Bebo.
Bebo was shitty. Bebo was for a certain kind of people.
Bebo was for chavvy 16-year-olds.
Certain kind of girls.
Alright, so I'm just going to show Nadine the video of Eliza in the elevator of the hotel. So this was the last time anybody ever saw her. She's acting really weird. And my theory is, in the toxicology report, okay, so when they went into her room, they found that she had a pill cutter and like a pill box and stuff. So she was crushing up pills. She had ADHD medication, which a lot of people in college and university do have to study. No, I doubt that, because it was in her. It was in her. She was using it. And the ADHD medication is addictive. And if you don't have it, it can fuck you up. It can cause you to have involuntary, uncontrollable movement. So the things in here could essentially be what she's watching. You can't lie like that, or else it's not gonna.
I can lie however I want to.
Okay, so I want to see just so I can say. Okay, so she's getting into the elevator. She kind of bends down and she presses all the buttons on the left-hand side. So like 1, whatever the fuck it is, like 1, 4, all the way down. She's in the corner waiting for the elevator to close, and it won't close, which apparently the elevators there are shit. Other people have complained.
Yeah, but they always have this setting as...
Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like she thought someone was holding the door or something. It almost
looks like she's waiting to prank somebody. That's what I think, and she's hiding in the corner
No,
now.
It looks like she's on drugs, and she's paranoid, and she was checking to see if someone was coming around the corner, or if someone's open a button for the elevator, which you can't do on the outside. She just looks coked up.
Yeah, but none of that shit was found. And I don't know, people think that, of course, you've got the idiots who are like, oh, it's fucking haunted, she's like being possessed, or somebody's chasing her and shit. But honestly, before I ever found out she had bipolar, I did think maybe she's drugged up or she's hiding from somebody. But honestly, I do think it's paranoia, and it could be like involuntary movement from drug withdrawal.
Yeah, but I would have thought involuntary movements like tics. She looks paranoid. So I don't know if you can hallucinate or something on bipolar disorder, or whether they...
Yeah, you can, but it is possible. But some of the drugs she's on, the side effects include a lot of shit like this, and because she's on 4 different drugs, she had got like look at that, see? She had like brand new prescriptions, but the thing is, like, she got prescribed like 60 pills each month, which is like normal. That's how much I get prescribed for my mood stabilizers and antidepressants, just like her. See right there when she's waving her hand, that
she looks like she's stroking something. She looks like there's a giant ghost.
No. To me, she looks like she's trying to activate a sensor on the elevator, because the elevator door won't close, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I need to see it too.
Yeah, but I just want to see what she's doing. See, like, when she's cupping her hands to herself and squeezing her hands, that I would say is, like, tics or involuntary movements. The rest, she's actually, like, moving around. But like, she's outside of the elevator right now.
Yeah, you won't see her come back.
So she just fucks around with the elevator and then she fucks
and she
off.
leaves, because it won't close, right? And
okay, fair enough.
I read that some of the people who stayed there, they were there before she was there, like before she ever got discovered or was there entirely. They said they had the same issues with the elevators and they were getting pissed off, so they just ended up using the stairs.
Fair enough, because I've seen plenty of films where it gets stuck on a half floor and then you become a half person, and I don't think it's worth it.
Well, they actually...
Stop being a lazy fuck and climb the stairs.
And then the elevator it like goes down each floor, opens, closes, because she's pressed all those buttons, right?
Yeah.
So it's going down, but you don't ever see her ever again. And you know it's different floors because like different walls. Well, the floors are the same, but there's different walls, so you know for sure that's what's happening. But yeah, that was the last time anybody ever saw her. But I wouldn't necessarily say that she doesn't look like in a negative way. It looks like she's hyper. It looks like she's
manic.
Yeah, it does kind of look like she's in a,
but to
more or
be
less a
fair, you
manic
don't
episode.
really see her face or anything like her. You can't see her eyes, or she looks like, she looks clean and stuff. She doesn't look like a dirty druggie. It actually doesn't look like that bad of a hotel. Yeah, she just looks... Maybe she was hallucinating, because you said she came off all of her meds.
Wow.
And when you come off a drug, like, you can have bad shit happen to you.
We'll pass, actually. Alright, so we got opioid or painkillers. They can cause constipation, nausea, euphoria, slowed breathing rate, drowsiness, confusion, poor coordination, increased pain. Sedatives and anti-anxiety medications, which also, anti-anxiety can be antidepressants also. So we've got drowsiness, confusion, unsteady walking, slurred speech, poor concentration, dizziness, problems with memory, slow breathing. Stimulants: reduced appetite, agitation, high body temperature, insomnia, high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, anxiety and paranoia. Now, you've got other signs as well, but I'm not going to go through all that. But the stuff she was on venlafaxine, which is the same antidepressant I'm on, and she's actually on the exact same... Well, no, she's not on the same dosage. She's got a 75 milligram dosage, and she also has a 150 milligram dosage.
So one at morning, one at night?
No,
or?
you take them together.
Oh.
Because they sometimes they don't offer that amount of quantity. Usually it's like 100 and something is the most. So that's just that. And she had 60 pills remaining of the 75 milligrams. She was on Wellibertin, 300 milligrams. She had 60 prescribed. She only had 57 remaining, which means she wasn't taking it. And that was an antidepressant for major depressive disorder and seasonal affective disorder, which obviously she was a major depressive because she had like type 2 bipolar, which is depressive bipolar. So
how many is it? Like diabetes 1, 2 and whatever is
you get one, you get manic, you get depressive, and you get manic depressive.
So type 2 is manic? Or?
No, type 2 is depressive, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Okay.
But either way, you still have your ups and your downs. It's just one's more often and more severe than the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's 300 milligrams, so that's quite a lot. So that's something she needed to take every single day. And she had 60 caps for like that whole month. That would have lasted her like a month or 2 months or whatever. But she only took like 8, 9... Okay, she only had 3 out that whole time she was there, which is not good at all.
Yeah.
Because you need to take that kind of shit. She had some loose Advil in there, and she had loose dexedrines, Spanslol, whatever, which was 10 milligrams, and that's the ADHD medication, and that can actually cause addiction and things like that. Which is what I think she had the pill cutters for. I think it was so she could open the capsules up, cut it up and sniff it, because that's what a lot of people do with Adderall and things like that.
I can't think of a worse drug
I didn't bring my drink down here.
ADHD medication and like Ritalin and Adderall. I can't think of anything worse than being hyper focused and hyper alert to the world around you. That's like the opposite reason that you want to take drugs. I get they do it so they can like write essays and do exams and stuff, but it's like the worst fucking drug ever invented. What does it do? Oh, it makes you like completely there. It does the opposite of every drug
just so
you
when
ever want to take.
When you're cramming and shit like that, and she was failing in school. She was doing so badly, so she's probably very desperate, and that would be on her transcript that she's dropping out and stuff, and she said she didn't want it to make it seem so suspicious. So she had 2 remaining of that. I have no idea how many she had previously. It was just loose around in her handbag or whatever. So she had Lamitrogen, which is a mood stabilizer. There was 60 issued. She had 70 remaining, which means she hadn't been taking it at all, which means she had 10 left over from her last prescription. And you need to take mood stabilizers every day.
For at least months, right? Until they...
No, I got told that it's only lasts 24 hours. But I looked it up, and it said it lasted more, but the psychiatrist said it lasted longer. she was taking, and if you take the ADHD medication regularly, you'll go through withdrawal and stuff, and it can cause severe depression and mood changes. Now, somebody with like a depressive bipolar, that's like fucky as it is. Now, if you're putting like drug-induced shit on top of that, that's not good at all. That's gonna really fuck you up. And she was also she also had what was it, quitapine, something like that. That's antipsychotic. That's also called that's just antipsychotic. So that's so you don't hallucinate, or you don't get into rages, you don't go into psychosis. And if you're off that, that causes major depression, and it can also cause uncontrolled movements and things like that. But that can really mess you up if you don't take your medication regularly.
Okay, let's move on to something interesting.
Alright.
So, here on the page you give me, you said that this hotel, which I'm now not really surprised at because it's a shithole. Elizabeth Short stayed in it, which, if you guys know anything, is the Black Dahlia murder. Yeah. There was this thing where it was supposed to be like a serial killer and stuff, and it wasn't. We might cover that in something else. And then it only says supposedly, so that's not even like a actual fact.
And that's only like she stayed there, and like she didn't get killed there.
No, I know
she stayed there. Well,
they don't know
supposedly,
where
allegedly.
She got killed. She got dumped. I think it was like.
It was like outside someone's house.
No, it wasn't.
In the backyard, I thought.
No, it was like down where like all the prostitutes and stuff go. It was like by the tracks or something like that. And they the police got called for like a drunken stupor. And when they got there, they realised...
just read this?
No, I looked up because I was reading this article about the Black Dahlia murder and it being a serial killer, and I think it was like 11 murders happened in that year or something, and they were linking it to like the Black Dahlia, but it fucking wasn't. None of them were linked. She was dumped, I think, in like by the tracks or something. Anyway, she's like cut in half. She was given a Glasgow grin, and
fuck, man.
Yeah, it was just shitty.
For those who don't know, Glasgow grin, it's also other things it's called.
Yeah, Chelsea smile.
Yeah, Chelsea smile and shit like that. It's literally where somebody just fish hooks you with knives, like a knife, and just carves your face up like the Joker.
Yeah, they make you look like the Joker. And what else have you got here?
The Pigeon Lady or something.
The Pigeon Lady of Pershing Square, which is hilarious. And her name was Goldie Osgood, which is, again, a good name. In 1964. Okay, that was a bit hot. She was raped, and I was like, yeah, really good names. And then I was like, oh, she was raped and murdered. That dropped the tone. In her room at the Cecil. So, like, shining recommendations, really good Yelp reviews going on here.
If you ever look up this Elisa Lam case, or you ever look up the hotel itself, like, immediately you'll see, like, oh, here's why Elisa Lam wasn't a coincidence, and the government did it, or it was fucking paranormal shit, you know, because it's cursed, and, you know.
Conspiracy theorists, Jesus. But yeah, it was like, where were her parents?
Her parents were, no, that's no different for me, like, going to BC and shit like that, like.
Yeah, but if we heard that you were staying at, like, a murder hotel, we would probably be like, maybe you should go to a different
She didn't
motel.
plan going on that, and nothing had happened since, like, 1960 or whatever, I'm pretty sure. So it's not like, and maybe her parents had no idea anyway, because nobody said anything about her having bipolar disorder. That was a complete secret, so I don't know if that's, like, family shame or
Probably.
Whatever it is.
I don't want to be racist.
No,
but
don't say it. Don't even go there. Well, I'm not done with this case. Stop fucking changing the topic. We're gonna get through this case and then we can talk about something else. So, yeah, so... And when they found her body and stuff, it was completely waterlogged. What happens when you stay in the water for a really long time? Your skin literally slips off of you, like, because it's just getting so pruny and wrinkly, it just gets taken off by the water. When they found her, she was so bloated, and what happens when you bloat is your eyes, like, bulge, because it's all the gases out of your body trying to escape and stuff. So they found her.
Purge. You go through bloat and then you go through purge. And purge is when all your internal organs basically disintegrate, and then you, like, shit them out through every pretty much orifice.
Yeah, your mouth,
and it's,
everything.
Yeah, it's like a black sludge.
Yeah.
I always thought that it was like pea colour. Like it was like, it would be like fatty.
It's not just that, because when I pickle my rats and my mice,
which is like a really normal.
When it's literally as soon as they die, everything evacuates, and then
you keep that in the pot.
No, I'll get a Q-tip and I'll wipe it and stuff. But once you put them in the pot, a few days later, you'll notice like string coming out of their nose and out of their mouths, and they literally almost, it's like 7 minutes after they die, they start getting cataracts. Their eyes completely dull out. It's really interesting. And rigor sets in like pretty much straight away. I don't do it to be a sicko. It's just specimens to me. I don't know.
It's just the first stage in your many stages.
It's not.
In your evolution.
I'm not going to kill anyone.
You're a late starter, but soon you will bloom.
No, I won't fucking kill anyone. I'm not like that.
Okay, so here you say the investigation had determined how Lam died, but did not offer an explanation as to how she got into the tank in the first place.
No.
This is why I don't think she killed herself. Like, you haven't told me everything. I don't know anything about this. But I'm saying she didn't kill herself. Because the doors and the stairs that had access to the hotel's roof were locked. And the only staff having the passcodes and keys, and any attempt to force them would supposedly have triggered an alarm. So how was she supposed to get up there?
Well, keep reading and it'll tell you.
However, the fire escape could have allowed her to bypass those security measures. So if she did kill herself, she would have had to scope this out beforehand, right? Or maybe not. It's not a big
No, because it would have signs. It would be like exit,
decision,
exit.
is it? Oh, I can't get on the roof through the door. I'll just.
They could have had like a map. Like, you know, sometimes they have an interior layout of the map.
Probably not. Think about what hotel it was. She probably just saw it out a window. I doubt you. Like in the murder hotel, I doubt they'd have like helpful exit markers.
Well, the only reason she got to bypass all of that shit is because, one, it's right at the tippy top of the tower. It's 15 floors. And I'm pretty sure that video footage was from the 14th floor. Now, considering the reason she went on this trip is because she felt so overwhelmed and she was fucking psyching herself out and shit because she wasn't doing well in her classes, she needed to take a break, go on this fucking road trip and shit and chill out. So she did that. Now, she clearly was not taking her medication because the quantity that's left over, she was given 60 pills and she had 74 or whatever left. So the only conclusion is she had remainders from the last prescription. So she was not taking her pills. Now, in the video, she doesn't, like I said, she doesn't look like sad. She looks hyper. That could have, it could trigger things because she could have been hallucinating.
Yeah,
she could have,
like she was tweaked.
Yeah.
So, okay, it says a video made by a Chinese user after Lam's death and posted to the internet showed that the hotel's roof was easily accessible via the fire escape, and that the two the lids of the water tanks were open. Was there any point in saying that that person was Chinese? Was it relevant? No. That's my 2 cents. Apart from the question of how she got on the roof, others asked if she could have gotten into the tank by herself. So it was, all 4 tanks were 4 foot by 8 foot, and the cylinders were propped up on concrete blocks. Kayla gave me a picture here.
Yeah.
The hotel doesn't actually look that bad. It looks like it belongs in New York, but it doesn't look that bad.
Well, it's downtown LA, so.
Oh, I thought this was in BC.
No, what the fuck? She's from BC. She went to San Diego and California, and all that shit. And this is when she arrived in LA.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably want to commit suicide after being in fucking San Diego and
for fuck's sake,
arrive in LA. Jesus. Yeah, so basically these cylinders, they're just round tanks. They're set on like a cement platform. Like, how tall was she?
She was 66 inches. So
What's that in normal people
I have no fucking idea.
How many feet?
Well, I gotta fucking have a look.
Divided by
Where's
12.
my fucking phone gone?
There.
I don't do math, okay? I'm white.
How come you're allowed to make racist comments?
Because I thought that we crossed that line already.
No, I didn't go there.
You did go there.
What I was about to.
What did you say?
Were there at the fence.
No, that's not how it works. Okay.
Yeah, 66 divided by 12. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. So if you're...
Inches. 2 feet. Okay, she was 5 feet. She was 5'6". That's taller than I am. So that means she was really thin then, because she only weighed 121 pounds.
Well, she'd have to be to get through this. There's like a tiny little like thief hatch in the top.
Well, I think it tells you how. Oh, maybe it doesn't tell you. I did have a page somewhere where it told you how.
So there's no fixed access to these tanks. The hotel workers had to use a ladder to look into the water. And they're protected by heavy lids that would be difficult to replace from within. And I don't think you'd really want to seal yourself in either. Like, if you were committing suicide, I don't think you'd want to jam the lid on anyway.
See, I don't think she was committing suicide because the clothes...
She wasn't going for a swim, was she?
She might have been. Legitimately, she might have been.
She was manic?
But yeah, because if she was hallucinating and shit... Because if you were going to commit suicide, you're on a 15-story building, why not jump off?
Maybe you don't want to be messy for other people.
No, I don't think, because I think once she was...
a silent mess that they just drink over many weeks.
No, because the tank doors, I think they were probably already open.
Probably is.
And I feel like, well, it says she was naked inside the tank set, and her clothes were wet, which means the clothes would have been in there with her.
So the clothes slipped off her, or she took them off and then...
No, I think she probably took them off. Because the clothes that she had on, she had shorts on, she had a t-shirt and a hoodie on. They wouldn't just slip off. Because that's what I thought. Maybe they slipped off, but they wouldn't have slipped off.
Skin slipped.
Maybe. Yeah, but it didn't, like, literally float. Like, the skin didn't float next to her. No, I do think she
took them off.
She stripped and went in.
Or went in and then stripped. Why were they wet? Were they on the outside of the
No,
tank?
I literally just said.
You said they were wet.
Yeah. But she was naked, so that means she probably took them off while she was in there. Or yeah, maybe they did.
No.
I didn't. You said, were they on top of there and they fell in there? And I said no. For fuck's sake, I don't fucking know. But I think maybe she went in there, she didn't plan to kill herself, but she couldn't get back out. Because, give me the fucking... I'll show you something that I read the second time. Give me the autopsy report.
Okay.
Where it, like, tells you... It's got, like, the diagram of her body.
You just take this chunk and give
alright.
You back the non-relevant.
So, I shall tell you which one it is. So, I got all of this just, like, online. I got it from, like, the Huffington Post. I got it from a PDF file of her autopsies and shit I found. And basically, when they found her body, it was It was mouldy. It had black mould on it. Everything was waterlogged. Her eyes were bulging. Her body had marbling, and I'm pretty sure that's when... Is that like when the blood pours? Oh.
It just, I'm pretty sure that's when it all coagulates.
Yeah. I don't know though, but she was in the stages of early decomposition. She had... Everything was like marbling and slipping off, and she was wrinkled. Now right here, you see on her knee, she had a scar there, which is like whatever, but the next knee, she had like a 1/4 inch abrasion on her knee.
Just from kneeling on the tank?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
To be fair, like, they say, oh, there wasn't a ladder, how would she get up there? But there are pipes right...
There is a ladder.
Oh,
Look,
there is a ladder?
yeah, give me that picture, I'll show you.
Yeah, but is that what they used to get in?
No. There's a ladder.
Wasn't...
No, there's a ladder there all the time. Because in the other pictures I looked, it's a wooden ladder that's there all the time because they need to get into the tanks regularly and shit. But no, it was like always there. It was like chained to the tank.
Oh, I probably just got it from...
But the fire escape is right here. And look, can you see up there? There's like a red... Look up here, there's like a red ladder on top of the building, which is the fire escape. So she could have easily gone here and climbed in there.
Yeah, I walked along the roof and just dropped down.
It's like half a foot, well, not half a foot, like 2 feet.
No, it's like it's like a 5 foot drop to the tank.
Oh, and yeah, the tanks were 8 foot. So she
would have had to drop down.
Because, no, I mean once she was in there. If it was only half full, whatever, there's no way in fuck she could have got out. Because that's tiny. You couldn't have grabbed that. So that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
She was probably hallucinating, or she wanted to like say fuck you to the hotel because she wasn't happy with things going on.
Wanted to do dirty shit in there, and then realised
she
couldn't
got
get
stuck.
out, and she was now in a shitty suit.
Because if she had been yelling or something, nobody would have heard her, I don't think.
Yeah. This just proves how shit... Like, I'm not a fan of police dogs anyway, but this just proves how fucking shit police dogs are. And it's not their fault, because I'm not sure how often they're used, but when they're used, they're just trained with, like, bone fragments and small pieces of humans that they basically
Okay, I gotta
get off
stop
the
you
internet.
because I fucking need to go get my drink real quick. I'm dying.
And yeah, it's because they're trained with small pieces of bone fragment or dead people's clothes, stuff that they can get off the internet, which is suspect to me, but it must be an actual website for like body decomp pieces and things like that. So when they come to an actual full dead body, which is bigger than what they've ever had to deal with before, it's like overwhelming to them, so they don't know how to react, and a lot of them don't end up showing marks or showing any interaction with the body.
I disagree.
You don't have to disagree, it's a fact.
It's not a fact.
It's a fact.
They'll take them out, they'll bury things in the ground, or they'll take them to real sites.
It's not real bodies. Some of them they take to body farms and stuff, but a lot of them only deal with
it's because
small
she was
fragments.
in the tank of water, and there's no...
It doesn't matter, dogs can smell
gas
shit on
and
water
shit.
anyway.
Yeah, I don't know then.
Yeah, they're just shit dogs. They're like the dogs out of heat that can't fucking find drugs right under their noses. But it says, police dogs that search through the hotel for Lam. I really hope we hear that part on the sound. Even on the roof. Shortly after her disappearance was noted. Did not find any trace of her. Although they had not searched the area with the tanks. Well, that was another useless bit of information to put in this fucking article. The police dogs didn't find her because she wasn't there. They didn't search the tanks, so that's why they didn't find her.
But don't you know, I mean, I guess you wouldn't think, oh, what about the... Wait, no, that's not right, because according to everything I've read, the people complained about bad water pressure, so the maintenance dude went up there, found her in the tank. So they already knew she was in there, so what the fuck is that on about?
I don't know, whatever you've given me is a pile of shit, then. Because it says the dogs searched through the hotel, even on the roof, shortly after her disappearance was noted. So this must have been before it. I don't know how long they were complaining for or when they started complaining.
Well, like I said,
But
she was
this is-
supposed to be out on February the 1st. She arrived on January the 28th.
Yeah, but when did people start complaining about the body water?
I want to say it was like 5 days afterwards, but I'm not sure if that's right.
So this is pretty quick police action then, for them to get dogs out searching for her before 5 days. Because if they searched everything and the dogs didn't find anything, and they were up on the roof. Okay, theories about Lam's behaviour in the elevator did not stop with her death. Some argued that she was attempting to hide from her pursuer. And that is what it looks like. It does look like someone's following her. And I get the people that believe in ghosts, who are wrong, by the way, thought that maybe she was seeing ghosts or something. But I've been like reading and watching a lot of stuff about parallel universes and also frequencies and stuff, and how we're all on one frequency and each thing gives off different frequencies. And also you know that thing about blind people that we listened to, that documentary where it was on about you only see your reality. Like if blind people get surgery, they can't see right away because they don't understand what it is that they're seeing.
Sure, yeah.
So they have to like understand their reality before they can start seeing stuff. So I don't believe in ghosts or anything like that, but I did think it was quite cool because there could be like millions and stuff in our world that we're not actually seeing because it's not part of our social concepts. So I was thinking, like, before that documentary, I was thinking maybe people with mental illnesses are on different frequencies to the rest of us. I don't know how you test that or whatever, but if it was true, it could just be that they're not schizophrenic and stuff, they're just seeing multiple realities, they're just seeing, or they're just picking up on the shit that other people can't see.
Well, no, because it's literally been scientifically tested that there's things missing inside the brain.
Yeah, but that could be why they're on a different frequency, because not all schizophrenics see the same stuff.
Well, there's different kinds of schizophrenia. There's 3 different kinds of schizophrenia. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to hallucinate just because you have it.
No, I know, but you don't hallucinate just because you have BPD either, but you still can hallucinate. But what I'm saying is maybe that's what they're seeing.
Well, I just found something here. It says...
About the parallel universe?
No. It says, according to a missing persons report filed on February the 4th of 2013, she was last seen on the 31st of January at the hotel, travelling alone from Canada, and arrived in LA on the 26th of January. Her final destination was Santa Cruz, CA, which is California. There's no other people seen. It says here in the thingy, it's like video of a surveillance camera in the hotel showed the descendant in an elevator at the hotel exhibiting strange behaviour. There are no other people seen in the video, and it does not appear that she is being chased or in distress. She's wearing the same clothes found in the water tank with her that is in the video. So basically after 4 days of her not ringing or phoning her mum and dad, they filed the missing persons report. And because she was supposed to check out on February the 1st and they couldn't find her, all her stuff was still in her room, but they couldn't find her phone, which suggests somebody either stole it or she lost it.
Yeah, and in that, if you're having shared rooms, your shit's gonna go missing. And that could be why she hadn't called her family as well. Because if her phone went missing before then, it could have just got nicked. And if she has no access to funds, because I doubt she had a job or anything like that, like that could be why.
No, I don't.
And like that, somebody could be following her. It could have been those people from that room. and that's why she went in and pushed all the buttons, so they thought she was using the elevator, and she stupidly went up to the roof, and they followed her up the stairs, and then they drowned her.
No, it definitely...
No, I like your idea where she was, she just jumped in and realised she did like a really stupid thing and then couldn't get back out again.
Well, you don't know, she could have come down while she was in there, you know? Like, she could have had a moment of clarity, because it does happen to me. I don't have bipolar, but I have BPD, and that are some similarities. We both disorders go through manic and depressive. It's just with me, it's a lot quicker, and it's like, it's all over the place. So I have moments of clarity in between mania and depression where you kind of realise how stupid you were being, or that you need to knuckle down, or you need help, or whatever. Like, it does happen. But with bipolar, it's really strong, and it lasts for a very long time. So you got to think, all these drugs that she was and wasn't taking, it's gonna affect her in a big way, because it's a cocktail of drugs. And some people think that maybe she had taken other things and it broke down in, like, during decomposition.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's even, like...
Yeah, it is possible, because...
Well, I'd have thought it showed up in her liver and stuff, because here on the actual
not
report...
always. Because if you think stuff like GHB it goes out of your system, even if you die. Isn't it like heroin is out your system in like 30 minutes? Actually, you can have that through piss tests and stuff though. But there are drugs that don't stay in you, and even if she did it once, because she was self-medicating with Adderall or whatever the fuck she was doing it with anyway. But I think you've just given me a really boring case, because there's no holes in it.
Well, yeah, there is. The whole fucking thing is a hole.
No, it's not.
There are conspiracy theories. I've just fucking told you.
Yeah, but they're like really lame ones. Literally, we just solved it. There was no crime. She was off her meds. She was a bit loopy. She went up. She went on the tank. She dropped down. She got stuck. She died.
I would like you to just be a little bit more nicer, because I spent a very long time doing all of this, and I was very proud of myself for doing all this research, and I thought I was going to get praised, but oh no.
No, it's 5 pages of shit.
It's not 5 pages of shit. It's interesting.
No, it's not.
Yes, it fucking is.
No, it would be interesting if, like, it happened every year, or if someone on the other side of the world did it at the same time, or if there was a shadowy figure in the elevator, or if there were drugs in her system, or if there was something... Although, if there was something off, they did do... Are you going to fart again?
I did, but what was that beep?
It's the microwave from upstairs. They did nail shit. They swiped under her nails and checked a rape kit, but they never... They
never said if it was clean or not.
And they never checked it either. They never tested it.
Yeah, all they said is there was no physical evidence on her body, and they checked her cervix and vagina and everything, and they said it was completely normal. Like, everything was in really good condition despite being decomposed, you know, like it was
Yeah, because if you were raped, not every rape, like, don't get me wrong, but if you were, not that she was aware, but she was physically able to move and stuff, if she was raped, there generally would be bruising up and down the thighs, some struggle, there would be evidence.
Yeah, but she had been rotting in a tank for 18 days.
Yeah, so most of the evidence is
going to be gone,
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, but you can still... They've been doing this a long time. Like...
Yeah, but they still fuck up. Like,
yeah, they do.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to our podcast and for sticking with it all the way through. It was a lot of conversation, so thank you very, very much. We'll have another episode up next week on Tuesday. Not entirely sure what we're going to do. It'll be a bit of a surprise, so remember to tune in next Tuesday. Okay, bye guys.